Oh, wait, are you okay? Alrighty, hey everybody. A lot of you, I know this might be your first call because we haven't done one in a while. So we're so glad that you're here with us, taking time out of your evening to just be here with us. So if I don't know you or you don't know me, I'm Allie, and I help run the Plexus page with Kelsey and Jill, and I'll let Jill introduce herself real quick.
Hey guys, I'm Jill. I see a lot of y'all that have not been on our calls before. So if you don't know us, I'm Jill Renfro. You can put a face to the name. I am an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus, and that's my first time to say that on a call. So that's exciting.
Yay! So we're going to be just doing a short call. If y'all have been with us before, this is going to be a little bit different. So hopefully, you guys will still like it and still call back next time. No, but we decided that, some of the calls were going longer. We want to give y'all more time to just, sorry, I'm trying to pull up what I know that I want to say. We want to give y'all more time to your, just to have time with your teams, have time with your families. So we're going to try to make this short and sweet and to the point. So hopefully it will be valuable to you. So we're going to start off by talking about goals. And so I was telling some of the people that were on before the call started that I was like talking to my husband while I was in the shower, like, yeah, this is what we're talking about. And he like busts out this thing and is like, this is all about goals. You should talk about this. And it was actually really cool. So I'm going to share some of the stuff that he said. But goal setting, guys, with Plexus, I will tell you, it's huge. It changed my business. And I know that that's true for a lot of people. There's kind of this, when you first like sign up as an ambassador, you're excited, maybe you've tried the products, maybe you haven't, but you get to that point where you want to share, you want to tell people, and you kind of do it mindlessly, which is great. It's, you're kind of led by passion, and that's awesome. But there is kind of this point where you realize, okay, if I want to, maybe get my products paid for, if I want to earn extra income, if I want to be able to pay my car note, or I want to be able to do something, you kind of start setting goals and not really realizing that's what you're doing. And so basically we want to just talk to you about being intentional about your goals. So those things that you're wanting to do, maybe you want to be a stay-at-home mom, maybe you want to be able to pay off some debt, maybe, whatever it is that you're trying to do, achieve. Maybe you want to give to something. I know one of the people on our team really wants to go on a mission trip, and that's what she's saving up for. Whatever it is, we want to be intentional about our goals to reach that. Whatever that is, we want to make sure we're trying to get there. So I love this. This is what my husband Ryan shared. He said, you want to make your goals SMART. Okay, so we have a little acronym going here. So I'm going to tell you what they all are, and then I'll kind of go back and touch on each one. So SMART. So S, they need to be specific. M, measurable. A, achievable. R, relevant. And T, timely. Okay, so the first one, S, for specific. Okay, you have to state exactly what you're trying to accomplish. Who, what, when, where, why. Okay, so I'm going to give an example. I remember one of my goals early on was to get my products paid for. I wanted to earn enough commission to get my products paid for, because I thought, okay, I love these products. I want to order them. If I can get them paid for, that's even better, right? And I get to share with people. I get to tell them all about health and wellness. So this will be great. Okay, so being specific in that, I want to be able to pay for my products. Well, I need to look at how much my products cost. I need to look at, okay, how much commission do I need to, how many products I need to sell to earn enough commission and those preferred customer bonuses, right? Or ambassadors that I'm adding to my team. I need to do the math and figure out, okay, what am I going to do to be able to earn that, right? And then, maybe if this is my first month, if I just signed up 5 days ago, maybe I'm setting that goal for next month, or maybe, maybe I already have 2 customers. So I'm thinking it could happen this month, right? So you want to be very specific. What are you doing? What are you trying to achieve? Then M is the measurable. Okay, so in the example of being able to pay for my products, so that's pretty obvious. Either I do it or I don't, right? I either make enough to cover them or I don't. So that's the measurable one. A is the achievable. Okay, your goal should be challenging. It should be something that you're going to have to reach for. You're going to have to work for, but it needs to be within your ability to reach. So that's kind of what I was talking about, your timeline. So let's say I'm a new ambassador. I signed up. A lot of y'all signed up October 31st. So let's say you sign up October 31st. And, it's been a month. Maybe you're like, I got a couple customers last month. I think I can really hit that goal. I want my products paid for. I just got started last month. I'm gonna do that this month. I will tell you that's a very achievable goal. And it's something that you probably are going to have to push for. If this is you, you might have different goals, whatever. So you want to make sure though that it's, like I said, you have to be able to hit it and it's realistic. Okay. So an example of a non-realistic, goal would be like, okay, it's my third day as an ambassador and I want to make $500 today. Not going to happen, right? No, that's not how this goes. Okay. So, that's what you want to be thinking about. R is relevant. Okay. So you need to think about what are you doing on a daily basis when you are doing your Plexus time that's working toward your goals. Is that relevant? Is your, if you want your products paid for, is that relevant to your overall goal? Remember earlier we were talking about how maybe some of you want to stay home with your kids someday. Maybe some of you want to pay off your car. Maybe some of you are hoping to go on a mission trip. Is your goal of getting your products paid for reaching toward that greater goal? I would think yes, right? You're spending less of your income on products, right? So you just want to think about, okay, are these goals relevant? That's really important, okay? And also relevant to your life, okay? So if you're somebody who, I'm just thinking like if you're somebody who really loves your job, well, maybe you don't want to quit your job. That's fine. That is okay. We don't expect you to do that, right? Maybe your goal then, maybe what you're working toward is something else, right? Maybe going on a great vacation. Maybe it's, buying a new car. Maybe, whatever it is, your goals need to be relevant to you, your life, your family. And the last one, T, is timely, okay? You need to set the buy-when dates, okay? And this one's really, really important. So we really want to challenge you guys to set monthly goals, okay? And it doesn't have to be just one. It can be, a lot of times mine look like, okay, I have a personal, like maybe ranking goal or working toward a specific ranking. I have a goal to get a certain PV. That's based on, how much commission I want to earn. I have a goal of adding a certain number of ambassadors personally, right? I'll have a goal of my team adding a certain number of ambassadors. Sometimes I have goals for my team, certain team members to rank if I know that that's what's working towards. So I want to help them rank, right? I often have goals that have to do with my personal health. So like running or cooking a certain amount, right? Or I have goals of how many books I want to read, things like that. It can be personal. I have spiritual goals that are in with that. I kind of make a big old goal list for the month and really try to focus in on those things, okay? So we want monthly goals, but we also want to check in with ourselves pretty regularly. So I'd say if you're within the first few months of being an ambassador, you probably need to be checking in on your goals once a week, okay? If you've been an ambassador longer than that, probably more often, probably maybe every 4 or 5 days, you're checking your back office, you're checking in with your ambassadors, you're really getting involved with them, okay? The reason I say that is because sometimes we set a goal and we think it's achievable and it doesn't happen, okay? I know a lot of us set goals the month of the new back office, or even last month, November to Remember, we set goals and we weren't able to reach them. Well, that's okay. That's not the end of the world. But when we check in with ourselves, let's say we check in halfway through the month, maybe the 15th of the month, and we say, oh, I'm not really close. I'm not halfway to reaching my goal. I'm going to reevaluate and I'm going to set my goals a little bit differently. I'm going to draw them back just a little bit so that I can achieve more than I am achieving right now, but also working toward, more. Okay. And I know that all of us have done that. I know that there's a lot of us who've been around for a while that sometimes we set a goal and we don't hit it, but we work and work and work and we try to hit it, but we want to make sure that new kind of, I don't want to call it the new goal, but we reevaluate and we hit that instead. And that's good. That gives you a sense of satisfaction. That gives you a sense of like completion. And then you have that next goal to kind of work into the next month and say, okay, is that something that's achievable for next month then? Or can you grow on that? So that's really kind of my advice. I liked the little, make your goals smart. But really your biggest thing, I think the biggest thing with setting goals is it has to be connected to your why. And what that means is why are you a part of Plexus? Why are you doing this? And there's probably thousands, millions of different reasons, different whys that you can have, and your whys will change. Early on, my why was to get my products paid for, right? And it's shifted, it's changed, and now I have several whys. But I kind of have a big major goal in the middle, the main thing that I'm working toward that all my goals kind of fit inside. And so you have to figure out what that is for you. And you want all of your monthly goals, your weekly goals, your personal goals, spiritual goals, whatever goals that you're setting to point toward that big goal. Okay. And so if you if you need help, get with your upline, get with me, Jill or Kelsey. We would love to help you set goals. The other thing is I really want to challenge you to write your goals down. You can put them as a cute little screen on the back of your phone. Jill has hers too. And also tell someone, okay? If you're close with your upline, if that's somebody you have a good relationship with, share your goals with your upline. If not, share your goals with your spouse, share your goals with your best friend, share your goals with someone so that there's some accountability there, okay? Because sometimes we set goals and we realize no one knows what they are, so they won't know if we don't reach them, and we really need that accountability. So that's really all I have for you. If you have questions, feel free to send me a message or post them on the BeFlexes page. I'll be glad to get back to you. But that's all I have for goals for today.
Thanks, Allie. All right, friends, I'm kind of going to connect off of that. And, like what Allie just said, the whole visual thing, y'all, like you may think you're a loser in the beginning and like people are going to look at the back of your phone and you're going to be embarrassed and you might find yourself like flipping it over so people won't see it when it goes off because they're going to like look at it. Well, let me just tell you a little side note story. So I'm a third grade teacher. My phone is with me always. You never know when I need to call mama, daddy, or a principal like ASAP. And I'm the teacher who's like, hello, we're going to do this right now. So my phone is with me at all times, and I'm at teacher table, desk, small group, whatever, and I've got to see it. And I can't tell you how many times a child has said, Ms. Renfro, why do you got a car on your background? Why do you got a picture of a palm tree or this or that? And I'll say, because I'm going there. Oh, I'm going to get that car. And they're like, okay, like that. All right, whatever. But I could have easily been like, oh, no, don't see that. No, I told that 8-year-old flat out, spoke it into existence, I'm going to get that car. Well, let me tell you a little side story, too. Same little girl. She's sassy as all get out. She's a hot mess. I recently got the car. And she said, Miss Renfro, you got that car that was on the background of your phone. I said, you're right, I did, and I told you I would. And she goes, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, So, don't be embarrassed of a goal by any means at all, and making it visual for yourself. An accountability partner. That's something that's really strong. I can't tell you how many times, in the beginning, Dakota wasn't yay plexus by any means. No. But when he started to see the potential in the business and how my body was changing and our finances were changing and just things were changing, he came around also. So like, even if your spouse isn't like pursuing the business like crazy or, in it to win it like you are, make them be your accountability partner. I can't tell you how many times, I'm just talking plexus and then Dakota may come home the next day and he's like, hey, are we gold yet? Are we senior gold yet? What are our points? And he kind of makes that a conversation. Hey, did you talk to that girl? Or, did we hit it? And it just makes it exciting in the house. So I really just wanted to speak that in there too. Don't be embarrassed. In the beginning, it took him 7 months before he would even try a pink drink. Okay. Don't be embarrassed. But I still talked about it and I still told him and made him my accountability partner for myself. So anyways, what your goals are going to lead you to, how are you going to get there? How are you going to make this plan to make this action plan actually happen for yourself? Because there's a big deal. We can make a goal list all dang day, y'all. We can put pictures everywhere and we can yay and pretend and dream. But it doesn't mean a thing unless you're going to actually take it and attack it. And when I say attack it, I mean you're going to do something about it. So we can all say all day long, I want to be a diamond, I want to be a diamond, I want to be a diamond. Well, who doesn't? How awesome is that? It takes a lot of work to get there, I want to be gold, I want to be ruby, I want to be emerald, whatever maybe you have a visual in your head of what it is. It's a lot more than posting on Facebook. So I can scroll through and see who's on the call. And I know we've got a lot of new ambassadors and newbies by all means, and people who've just been here maybe a month, 2 months, and you're in a fresh start right now, okay? Right now, you are getting comfortable with posting on Facebook, and you're doing the right thing. That's what you're supposed to be doing, getting comfortable posting on Facebook, because it kind of comes in stages. Nobody signs up with Plexus and immediately does A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, all the way down the alphabet. No, it don't work that way. It's kind of like we get our feet wet, we post a little bit, we get comfortable, and then we talk a little bit, and then we're bold, and then we share some victories, and then we hold maybe an opportunity event or an online event. It kind of gradually leads. And it doesn't have to gradually lead. You can jump in month one and say, I'm ready, sign me up. Most people just don't do it that way because they don't have the belief. But if you're on the call, you've already got some belief. Like, hands down, you're ready to do something. And that's why we're eager for you to do that. But it's going to take some steps there. So I posted a call about 4 hours ago. I guess it was in the 4 o'clock hour. And it was Helen McFadden, and she's a Diamond Ambassador. And I have recently started really following her. I didn't have any followings or leads to her at all until I turned Emerald, and I kind of got more nosy and snoopy and kind of stalking. Yeah, I said it. I stalked and figured it out. And she's a pretty smart lady. And she's got a lot of great resources. So if you have not listened to the call that I posted, it's only 22 minutes of Helen McFadden. She talks about a powerful Plexus day, what it looks like in her world of a powerful Plexus day. And anybody who's reached the pinnacle of this company and is a diamond, I'm all for listening to them because they obviously know what to do. They've gotten there, so I'm going to learn and use them. I'm going to make them a tool. And one of the first things she says, and our upline has taught us this, and we've been taught this on our team, and we've even taught this to y'all, so the ones who've been here for a while. We've talked about a dream team list, okay? What a dream team list is you think of 100 people. Don't let the number scare you. Stop right there. Don't say 100. You don't have to even know these people. You don't have to have legit relationships with them. You don't have to call them up and your kids play together. No. 100 people that you find inspiring, interesting, need our products, could benefit for business, health, wellness, who you went to college with, high school, your husbands or friends, somebody who you enjoy being around. Maybe somebody who is struggling, anxiety, who maybe you don't enjoy being around because they're always Debbie Downer or something. You know that they literally need some help. I want you to write down 100 people. And I grabbed one of my Plexus notebooks, and here's one of my pages of people. I mean, you can just see names and names and names and names, and it just goes on. And, some of these people I still haven't contacted. And some of them I have. So what you're going to do with this dream team list, this is the list of people you see yourself being on your Plexus team. You see them either doing well, you see them doing well with the product, doing well in the company, needing this opportunity. Because hands down, who doesn't need better health and wealth? I haven't met anybody in my entire life who does not need money nor health. Doesn't exist at all. Anybody will take an extra $100 and anybody will take an extra 10 pounds off their body. It's true. So this list is the people that are the people that you're going to potentially contact, and you're going to get in contact with them. Are you going to contact all 100 immediately? No, not at all. You're going to make a game plan. What works best for your schedule? Now, for me as a teacher, I'm jam-packed. I'm working 2 full-time jobs right now. And you go, what, Jill, full-time Plexus? It's supposed to be part-time. It's supposed to be time freedom. Well, it will be time freedom. But right now I've made the sacrifice to grow a business and own a business. So I work 2 full-time jobs because I know one day Plexus will be time freedom for me, and I will just have one job, and that will be Plexus. So that's where it's at. What are you willing to do that works for your lifestyle? For me, I'm tied up all day long, so I can't do things till the evening hours or weekend hours. So for me, a good number is when I contact people, I contact anywhere between 3 to 5 people. And when I say contact, I don't mean, hey girl, I'm selling Plexus. Do you want Plexus? That's not what I mean at all. First, you've got to engage with your audience. You've got to start liking their posts on Facebook, commenting on their posts, say things about their kids, their outfit, their dinner plans. Just connect with them or message them privately and say, hey girl, golly, we went to high school together. Can you believe it's been 15 years or whatever it is? I hope you're doing well. How have you been? Where are you working? Engage with them. Now, when you start engaging with them, that's going to start a relationship. Once a relationship starts and you generally care about the person and they care about you, you're going to know. You're going to find that opportunity to squeeze in Plexus. You are. You really are. And it's something you're just going to say, you know what? I feel I can do that. And there's times where it's not comfortable, and there's plenty of times it's not comfortable, but you still do it anyways because that's part of the plan here. That's part of what we're doing. We're growing as people, and we're sharing a product, and that's what we do. There's sometimes where you may just cold message a person and you're friends with them, you see them often, and you're like, hey girl, I just have to let you know I signed up with Plexus. This is a great business. I made $100 last month. I lost 7 pounds. I have to share this with you. I know you and Joe are struggling, and Christmas is coming up for the kids, and it's always tight for y'all in January. Or, girl, you're always somebody who is trying out the next health product. I would love for you to try out Plexus with me. So there's a lot of ways you can gear a message to somebody, okay? So make it personal and make it relatable. But this dream team list is ultimately who you see yourself with. Who do you want to vacation with? Who do you want to go places with? Who do you think could be your your downline, your rock star downlines? Who could you take to the top with you? Because if you're in network marketing and you're on this call, you're telling us you're ready to go to the top. So who wants to go to the top with me and Allie? You're here, you're on the call, we're going, so who wants to go? And that's basically where you have to start talking to yourself. I'm going to do this. I will do this. And that's related back to your goals and affirmations. So you got to figure out how many people you're going to contact. And I urge you, go listen to that Helen McFadden call. She says contact 3 people a day, engage with them. And then, that's going to open up leads and doors from there. And I recommend 3 to 5 a day. There's sometimes on a Saturday or a Sunday, I will do 5 because I have more time. And that's something that all I know, I'm like, it takes a little bit more time, but it's going to open up more doors and leads for me in the end. So what you're going to be doing, when you engage about Plexus, you're going to obviously share product and business. I personally like to lead with business because the products in itself has changed my life, health and wellness, my family, my acne, my stomach, my weight, whatever. But right now we're in a spot with the oil field. Plexus has dramatically changed our life financially. Dramatically. And so, dramatically, when I say that, I don't mean now. I mean, even when I was just a silver ambassador making just a couple $100, because y'all, $100 is life-changing to somebody who their husband hasn't worked in a few days, okay? So you take whatever, if it's you losing 7 pounds right now and you haven't made any money, you stick with that. Lead with the product now and say, this is what it's done for me, health. If you've made your first paycheck and you're like, oh, y'all, I made $120, tell them that. Lead with that. $120 is life-changing. So which way are you going to lead with? Maybe you lead with business, maybe you lead with product, but you're going to end up tying them together because we wouldn't have business without the product, okay? And we wouldn't have these products without the business of sharing them. So they tie together. It's a packaged deal. Not everybody's going to want to join you on the business. They're not. You're going to have people who want to join you on the product, and that's fine. You gear with that. You lead with that, and you gear to them in a way that's comfortable. So when somebody tells you no, because they're going to tell you no, you're going to have this list of 100 people, and maybe it takes you a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever. Maybe your time frame is, your goal now is, say, I'm going to get through 10 people in a week. Okay, maybe it's going to go a little bit slower. Somebody's going to tell you no along the way. When they tell you no, don't cross them off the list. I'm going to repeat that. Don't cross them off the list. Put a little star, put a little check, circle, smiley, come back to later. Contacted them on December the 3rd. Come back to them. They told you no then. No doesn't mean no. No means not right now. And they're not telling you no like, oh, no, I don't like you. They're saying, no, now's not a good time for me. And honestly, if somebody would have contacted Dakota and I 3 years ago and said, join this Plexus stuff in December, I'd have said, December, oil's at its all-time low. It's Christmas time. I'm a teacher. I bought presents for my kids. I'm broke. It wouldn't have been a good time for me. But if somebody would have came to us in February when oil's going back up and things are good, I'd have been like, okay, yeah. So follow up with people. And that's the lead to this list. This list is going to keep you an ongoing follow-up conversation, connecting with people. It's going to get you out there and open those doors. Now, say you contact those 100. Add more. Your list is continuously going and on and on and on. The only time I ever say cross somebody off your list, they sign up with somebody else, or they sign up under you. cross them off. I did have somebody choose to sign up with somebody else, and that's fine. They were good friends or whatever. Cross them off, because I'm not going to steal an ambassador. I'm not going to persuade somebody to come to me. I'm going to support you and say we're one Plexus, and I'll help you in the way that I can, even though you're choosing to go on another team or whatever that is. So those are the only 2 times I say cross off a list. And when you cross them off your list that they joined you, move them over to your ambassador list. And that's going to let you know you need to follow up with your ambassadors. Okay? So Allie talked about the goals. We talked about putting the visuals out there. I highly recommend y'all making a screen. I do. I can't tell you how powerful this background on my screen has been. I mean, even Dakota will grab it every now and then, and he's like, you see that house? We're going to get that house. I'm like, yeah, we are. I mean, it's powerful. It's very powerful. A lot happens in your tongue. Your tongue is the most powerful thing you've got. So we're going to make a dream team list. We're going to set goals. We're going to make our goals visible. We're going to do all these things to reach these goals. We're not going to cross people off. And you are going to go listen to that Helen McFadden call. It is on there. It's powerful. I promise you, it's worth every 22 minutes that you are going to listen to. Okay? So we want to end it before the 30-minute mark. We're about at 25 minutes. We're excited that y'all are on the call tonight, guys. This is the first step, if this is your first call, to something really big. This shows you you're ready to grow. It shows you you're ready to build a team and you're looking for knowledge and you're eager. If this is something you've been with us for a while, things like this are powerful. It just helps. Allie and I call into team calls all the time ourselves for our uplines and our uplines. So it's something that is continuous. We invite you in, like, very much, we're challenging you basically to continue to call into these. They've been powerful for us, and we hope that we can just relay that message and it be powerful to y'all. So anyways, have a great night. We love you all very much, very dearly. If you need anything, don't ever hesitate to definitely message any 3 of us, Kelsey, Allie, and myself. Don't feel like I'm her level 5. I can't message her. Yes, you can. You sure can. I may not get to you between the hours of 3 or 7 and 3, or Allie, same thing, but I will get back to you, I promise. So, all right, guys, we see you later. Have a great Friday, and talk to you later. Bye, y'all.